What if I told you that the moment you feel most defeated, most invisible, and most ready to quit is actually the moment your future is being decided? Not when you succeed, not when people are cheering, but right now when no one is watching, when failure is staring you in the face and you're alone with a choice that will either change your life or keep you stuck. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see failure forever. Failure has a strange way of pulling the mask off your face. Not in front of the crowd, not when the applause is loud, but in the quiet moments when nobody is watching, when there's no one to impress, no one to explain yourself to, and no one to blame. That's when failure whispers a brutal question into your ear. Who are you really? When it hurts, when it's unfair, when it doesn't work out. Success often hides the truth about us because it comes with validation, praise, and external rewards. Failure does the opposite. It strips everything away. It leaves you alone with your thoughts, your discipline, your honesty, and your character. And in that silence, the real you shows up. Think about what happens right after you fail. Not the dramatic moment everyone sees, but the hours and days that follow. The room is quiet, the phone stops ringing, the likes disappear. The motivation speeches you watched suddenly feel far away. That's when your true identity begins to speak. Some people start making excuses in their own heads. They blame luck, timing, people, the system, God, fate, anything except themselves. Others sink into self-pity, replaying the failure again and again until it becomes a label. I'm not good enough. But there's a third type of person, and this is the one failure reveals slowly and painfully. This person feels the same pain, the same disappointment, the same fear, but instead of running from it, they sit with it. They ask hard questions. They look at themselves honestly. And that honesty becomes the foundation of growth. When nobody is watching, failure exposes your work ethic. It shows whether you were truly committed or just emotionally excited. Anyone can work hard when results are coming fast. Anyone can stay motivated when progress is visible. But failure reveals what you do when effort doesn't immediately pay off. Do you still wake up early? Do you still practice when improvement feels invisible? Do you still show up when there's no guarantee it will work this time either? That's not a motivational quote, that's a character test. And failure is the examiner. It doesn't care about your intentions or your dreams. It only reveals your habits when hope is low. Look at Thomas Edison. People love to quote him for inspiration, but they rarely imagine the loneliness of his failures. Thousands of experiments that didn't work. No viral clips. No cheering audience. Just long nights, burnt materials, wasted money, and the quiet possibility that maybe he was wrong. When no one was watching, he could have quit and still been respected as a smart man who tried. Instead, failure revealed something deeper in him. Relentless curiosity and refusal to see failure as final. He wasn't pretending to be resilient for the world. He was resilient in private. And that private resilience changed history. Failure also reveals your relationship with discipline. Motivation is emotional, it comes and goes. Discipline is personal, it stays when emotions disappear. When you fail, motivation usually drops first. That's when discipline steps forward or doesn't. When no one is watching, you discover whether you are relying on hype or on habits. Did you really build a system for your goals? Or were you just chasing feelings? Failure exposes this instantly. It doesn't argue with you. It just shows you the truth. And the truth can hurt, but it's also freeing because now you know what you actually need to fix. There's a deeply human side to this that most people don't talk about. Failure reveals how you talk to yourself. The voice in your head after failure is one of the most honest indicators of who you truly are. Some people become cruel to themselves, saying things they would never say to another human being. Others avoid responsibility completely, protecting their ego at all costs. But a small group learns how to be firm and compassionate at the same time. They acknowledge the mistake without destroying themselves. They say, "This hurts, this matters, and I'm still moving forward." That inner dialogue, shaped in private failure, becomes the backbone of future success. Consider a relatable example. Someone who wants to change their life through fitness. At the start, it's exciting. New clothes, new playlist, new motivation. But then a week passes, then two. The scale doesn't move. Strength gains are slow. One day is missed, then another. No one is watching, no one cares. This is where failure quietly enters, not as a dramatic collapse, but as a slow test of identity. Are you someone who works out only when it feels good, or someone who trains because they decided to become that person? Failure reveals that answer in silence, not on social media. Failure also exposes your values. When something doesn't work, what do you protect first, your ego or your growth? Do you hide your mistakes, or do you learn from them? Do you pretend everything is fine, or do you admit you're struggling and seek improvement? Values aren't defined by what you choose when you're embarrassed, tired, and unsure, and failure puts you exactly there without warning. One of the hardest truths is that failure reveals whether you love the goal or the praise that comes with it. Many people think they want success, but what they really want is recognition. When failure removes the recognition, the desire fades. But for those who truly love what they're building, failure doesn't kill the dream, it clarifies it. It asks, would you still do this if no one ever clapped for you? And the answer to that question changes everything. Michael Jordan once said that he failed over and over again in his life, and that's why he succeeded. But behind that quote is something deeper. When he missed shots, lost games, and faced criticism, nobody saw the hours afterward, the extra practice, the quiet frustration, the internal commitment to improve. Failure revealed his obsession with mastery, not image. That obsession, developed when no one was watching, is what separated him from others who were just as talented. Failure also reveals your patience. In a world addicted to speed, failure forces you to slow down and confront reality. Growth is not instant. Mastery is not fast. Transformation is not comfortable. When things don't work immediately, impatience pushes many people to quit or constantly change direction. But those who learn patience through failure gain something rare: long-term thinking. They stop asking, "Why isn't this working now?" and start asking, "Who do I need to become for this to work eventually?" That shift is powerful. There's another uncomfortable truth failure shows you: your excuses. When no one is watching, excuses feel safe. No one is there to challenge them. But failure keeps returning until you face them honestly. It forces you to confront whether you're avoiding discomfort, responsibility, or risk. And once you see your excuses clearly, you have a choice: keep protecting them or let them go and grow. That choice defines your future more than talent ever will. Failure also reveals courage. Not the loud, dramatic kind, but the quiet courage to continue when doubt is heavy. Courage is waking up the day after failure and trying again without guarantees. Courage is admitting you don't have it figured out, but refusing to stop. Courage is choosing effort over comfort when no one is there to reward you for it. That courage is built privately, in moments most people never see. If you've ever failed and felt lost afterward, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. The key is what you do next. Use failure as a mirror, not a verdict. Let it show you where your discipline is weak, where your mindset needs work, where your habits don't match your goals. Don't rush to escape the discomfort. Learn from it. Ask yourself honest questions. Did I truly prepare? Did I stay consistent? Did I quit too early? Did fear make my decisions? These questions are uncomfortable, but they are transformative. Failure is not there to humiliate you. It's there to introduce you to yourself. To the version of you that shows up when there's no audience, no praise, and no certainty. That version is the one that ultimately determines your success, not your talent. Not your luck, not your background. The person you are in private moments of failure decides the public moments of victory. So the next time you fail, don't rush to hide it or explain it away. Sit with it. Let it speak. Let it reveal who you truly are and who you still need to become. Because if you can face yourself honestly when no one is watching, you'll be unstoppable when the world finally is. So, if you're standing in the middle of failure right now, hear this clearly. This moment is not here to break you, it's here to shape you. What you do next matters more than what just happened. You don't need permission, applause, or perfect conditions to move forward. You only need a decision, the decision to show up again, to try again, to become stronger in the quiet moments when no one is watching. That's where real power is built. Let today be the day you stop running from failure and start using it. Use it to build discipline when motivation disappears. Use it to sharpen your mindset instead of feeding your doubts. Use it to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than comfort, more than excuses, more than fear. Take one small action immediately after this video ends. One workout, one page written, one honest plan, one difficult step you've been avoiding. Momentum is born from action, not inspiration. Remember this, the world rewards what you do consistently in private, not what you say publicly. The strength you build now, in silence, will echo loudly in your future. Stay patient, stay committed, stay honest with yourself, because one day, sooner than you think, the same failure that tested you will become the reason you win. And when that moment comes, you'll know it wasn't luck, it was who you chose to be when no one was watching.